Hi, I'm Miss Denise, and today I'm here to show you how values and shading can make your drawings appear three-dimensional, 3D. Value in drawing creates form and makes things look more realistic, whereas drawings without value look flat. Let's explore that now with our lesson. We are going to start by making a value ladder. And this is where you should have a ruler, but you don't need one. A ruler just helps. And I'm going to make a couple lines in my sketchbook. And then I'm going to make a couple lines this way. Well, actually, we're going to make, you know what, I'll use this and measure the same measuring amount, just like a real ladder. And we'll do maybe 7. 7's a good amount, but you can do 5 too, and you can do 9. Doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. Okay, this can be done with the tip of your pencil or with the side of your pencil. Remember when we did our lines and we practiced the 2 ways to hold a pencil? Number 2 way works the best for this, but you don't have to just use the number 2 way. You can hold your pencil like this too, but it will take longer to fill these areas in, although you'll get more control. Let's just try. See, we're going to do our lightest value here. This is what we're trying to do. We're trying to do this, okay? Light to dark with our pencil. Yes, those are the values. That's what's called values in shading. Okay, so here goes. We'll start with the lightest one. Oh, I don't have to do anything. The lightest one just stays with the white of the paper. Let's try the second one. Now, maybe I'm being brave doing second later because we have to do it so light. Let's just try. See how light, it's almost like I'm not even touching the paper. In fact, on the screen, you might not even see much happening. I'm trying to be like a little mouse. I know that sounds funny, but really, I'm trying to do it so light. Now, if I did it with the tip of my pencil, it would kind of look like this. And that works too. You'll see the difference. You have more control this way. Maybe it's better to use the tip of your pencil if you're not comfortable with using the side yet. Because look, I just got it kind of dark there. The idea is to make it even as possible for your light. This is your lightest and this is your second lightest. I like to number them. Now I'm going to lay down a little more dark, excuse me. Oh, this is much easier when I'm not trying to do it too light. See, sometimes I have to roll my pencil so that just because of the way that it's sharpened, you're getting lots of shadows here, I can tell here. We'll go this way. And there is my third value. So we just use the word values. This is the lightest value, the second lightest, and the third. Let's try the fourth. That looks like the one that's right in the middle of everything. Let's see how that goes. I think I can apply a little more pressure and not be so worried. Okay, that works. And I can go back over it to get it a little darker. Now it's still the same, right? So I'll go back over. A little darker. That was kind of fun. The middle one was really a lot of fun. And this is not important that you have to stay in the lines or anything, right? We're just practicing the values. I'll go a little darker even. There. Number 5, darker than this. Okay, so one of the problems you have to watch out for when you're doing your value scale is to not go dark too fast. One thing you can do if you're worried about that is you can do your last value first. Instead of the lightest values, you could do the last. Let's try that. Let's just go jump down to number 7. See, I've gotten very used to using the pencil like this, so it's kind of natural for me, and I have more control than you might have if you're just learning to get comfortable with the pencil in your hand like this. There, that's pretty dark, isn't it? Now I know how much darker I have to do these. These are, let's just see what I do. Okay, then I'm going to go up now to the middle. Okay, here we go. I go this way, that way. See, that's definitely a different value, isn't it? It's a different shade of black or gray. Let's try the middle one, see what happens. Number 5. Now I don't want it as dark as number 6. It kind of is, so I'm going to make number 6 a tiny bit darker. I'm even going to make 7 darker. There we go. Dum, dum, dum. And that's your value scale. So take your time and have fun with it, but let's see what you can do. Okay, now we're going to turn a flat circle into a sphere. So you can use your water bottle as a template, but I'm lucky to have this. I love my templates. So I'm going to do a round circle. I'm going to do 2 of them. So as you can see, this is a circle. But this one we're going to make into a sphere. That means we're going to make this one 3D. Okay? So I want you to watch me, and then I want you to do it. If we're going to make a circle into a 3D sphere, we have to have a light source. Where's the light coming from? We'll pretend the light is coming from here. Okay? It could be a light bulb, it could be the sun. Now, where the light's hitting this circle, at the moment it is a circle, is going to be here. Now, you may not be able to see it. I drew it a little dark. I wouldn't want you to draw that so dark, but I wanted you to see it. This is where you don't want to put any pencil. Okay, it's just kind of a little elliptical shape. It's not really a circle, it's almost a circle. That's where the light's hitting it. We want to keep the light there. And we're going to cast, the light will cast a shadow. So depending where the light's coming from, I can tell right now that there's another elliptical shape going to be underneath the circle, like so. Okay, so now this sphere is casting a shadow. Well, when we're done with it, you'll see that. Again, using the pencil on the side in the number 2 position that I love so much, I am going to go around. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm putting the dark on where the dark would be. I put the light where the light would be. Now I'm going to start laying in the dark in a half moon shape, because the circle, the sphere that we're going to make is round, so I'm following the roundness. Notice I'm not going this way to shade. I'm using the roundness. Always use the roundness. So here goes. I'm going to lay that along there, the dark. And I can be kind of dark here. Okay? Kind of like a half moon, isn't it? Or like a C. But it's going to look more like a half moon now, because I'm going to start filling it in that kind of a half moon shape. See? Now, it's easier for me if I turn my paper. I'm going to make a little line, not quite so dark, around here and here. Notice I'm not pressing quite as hard, because the light's hitting it. I'm going to go ahead and move my pencil into the number 1 position for part of it. Okay, here we go. As you can see, we've got the half moon thing going on. Now we're going to do the same shape. We see I'm still not going straight, not shading straight, right? Shading in a half moon, a circular sphere-like shape, all the way up to where the light's going to be. I'm turning it so I have more control here. This is when you're trying to get super light values, is when you need more control. So right now, I've laid it in, but now I need to do what I call finessing, where you say, okay, so it needs to be a little darker here. I can see that. So I'm going to go in and put a little more pressure or another layer. It doesn't have to be even pressure. It can be a layer of darkness. There's 2 ways to get it dark. Press hard or do extra layers. See, I just modeled form. That's another word for values in shading. Artists use it all the time. It's called modeling form. So I'm modeling the form as I go, and I'm mindful of the light up here. I don't want to take over. I don't want to make it all. The whole point is a gradation of dark to light. That's the whole point. So it's kind of okay right now, but it needs a little more work right up here. And the shadow needs more work. Well, I'm going to get my eraser right now and take out the line I drew here where the light's hitting it. And I smudged it a little. That's one of the things that happens with pencil, is you can smudge your drawing. So look what I have. I have a duster. It gets rid of stuff without making a mess. Now I'm going to fix that little roundness, because when I erased it, a little bit came out. Go over that just a little. There we go. You know, I think that I want to do this too. I'm just going to pick up a little more of the pencil right there. Okay. Now underneath, we have to, what I'm doing right now is I'm drawing a skinny little line, and I want that line to stay white right underneath, and I'm going to make it dark. This is the shadow area. So now I've just located the sphere in space and attached it to the ground. Pretty awesome. I'm going to make it a little darker here, but basically there is your shaded sphere 3D. Now see how different that looks than a circle? We have modeled form. Now I want you to do it. Have fun, take your time. So you might be wondering, what can value do? Let's find out what value can do. Value can model form. Value is the gradation from light to dark across a form. Value change is important in drawing. Drawings without value change will appear flat. Placing a cast shadow under a form locates it in space and attaches it to the ground. Value change directs the viewer's eye around the drawing. Value can create a sense of heaviness, describing the weight of an object. Where to use values? The decision of where to use light and dark may depend on translating actual light falling through space on forms. Or the decision may be entirely made up by the artist to manipulate the drawing for creative reasons. How to improve? To improve your drawing, you must improve your levels of perception and begin to pay greater attention to details. Well, I sure hope that you enjoyed yourself while doing this lesson. Why? Because that is one of the benefits of doing art. It feels good to relax and express ourselves creating without thinking about anything but what we're focused on right then and there. Art is a powerful way to be centered in the moment. If you learned something today, remember to practice what you learned so that you can keep improving your skills. Becoming better at drawing is all about pencil mileage.